This is 1904 in progress. My name's Sean. Welcome to the channel. For our first video, I thought maybe we would go through some of the history of the house and, I don't know, some of the projects we're doing, who it was most likely built for. Are you laughing at me? Are you laughing at me? This is hard. I've never really done this before. So our house was built in 1904, and we're pretty sure it was built for a doctor in the area named P.M. Wagner. There's no proof necessarily that the Reeves helped pay for it, other than we found a census record saying that he lived here in 1905, I believe it was, and he did not have a mortgage, which you could say he was a doctor, he could have paid for it, but I feel like it was more likely that the Reeves helped him at least maybe build it. They probably owned this land, and they at least probably gifted the land to him at minimum. There again, I don't have any hard proof of that. I haven't gone into the city records to get some hard proof of that, but it's pretty good to assume that's probably true. The same year, the Reeves donated land for Union Hospital, which is our local hospital here, which is actually, like 4 or 5 blocks down the road from us. He lived here with his wife, and we're not sure if he had any kids. I haven't been able to dig that deep. It's so long ago, there's not a lot of records. On the census we had, there were some other people listed in living here, but they were like a servant and someone that was most likely working with the Reeves, and he was just boarding him here. But yeah, so yeah, Dr. P.M. Wagner was the original owner of this house. So the rumor is that he worked for the Reeves as like a private doctor for them if something were to come up. So that's the theory that I've heard is the most likely, and that's probably also goes to the case that he gave the house and the land to him. He was pretty prominent in the city of Dover. He wrote a couple poetry books, which is pretty cool. One of them's in the Library of Congress, which I thought was pretty awesome that it made it down there. I've been trying to find some hard copies of it so I could have one in the house. I thought that'd be pretty cool to have, since this house was probably built for him specifically. He at least lived in it the year after it was built, at minimum. So, yeah, and he did some stuff with the Dover High School. I can't remember off the top of my head what it is. I'm sure I'll put something up on the screen that says what he did with the Dover High School. We bought this house because we like the age of it and the historical part of it being part of Dover, the history of it. We have plans to try to restore as much as the house as we can, and also still make it fit in the modern age. Obviously there's stuff back then that we don't want to do now. We have lots of plans. We want to redo our whole fence. We are tearing up the kitchen floor. We are redoing the wood floors. When we bought the house, there was green carpet all through most of it. There was some hardwood in the dining room and in the entryway, and then there was tiles right in the foyer area. So we took those out. So we have everything down that we want to sand to the wood, except for the kitchen floor. We don't have that out yet. We have all the carpet up already, and we started the process of sanding some areas. When we get ready to do more of the flooring, I had more of the sanding and stripping of the wood from the old varnish and everything else. I'm pretty sure it's like pine tar and turpentine mixed from what they used back in the day. I looked up what they would have used on the floor back in the day, the sealers and whatnot. So it's pretty hard to get up. I've tried just sanding it without stripping it, and it just gunks up the sandpaper immediately. It's not worth it. But we'll take you along on the ride for that. Those will be all separate videos. The kitchen floor, all the wood floor will be a thing. I'll show you how I stripped the floor and what products I used for that. When we bought the house, it was pretty overgrown. The guy who owned the house before us kind of let it go. So we have a lot of work. We've been working outside, trying to get a lot of that done, I'll put some before and after pictures of what we've done so far in the front of the house. The back of the house was a jungle. It's so bad. I'll throw a before and after on here as well to show you that. So there's lots of work minus just trying to restore the house back to its former glory. We got a lot of just maintenance stuff to do, and we'll take you along on that too, because I mean that's part of the house process. That's part of doing this, and maybe I can give some people some tips on how to do some of that stuff. I don't have an extensive background in construction or restoration, but I do have a phone and Google, and I do have family members that do this stuff for a living. So if I have any questions or don't know what I'm doing, I can always ask them. They're always there. So I'll take you along for the ride, and I'm sure this will be clunky and weird and awkward. It is for me. I've never really done this before, but every YouTuber I've ever watched that talks about the beginnings, they say just get through it. It's awkward for them. They get better at it. So this is where we are, and so what we'll do, and I plan on taking you along with the projects, but they're not going to be overly edited. They're going to be pretty raw. Biggest editing thing I'll probably do is do some time lapses of certain things that take a while. So it'll still be in there, but I'll take you along. I'll teach you what I do. Maybe it's the wrong way, maybe it's the right way. Anything I don't know, I have family members I can ask, and I also have YouTube, and I have Google. And it's a great time to restore houses. You have no excuse. Anybody can learn how to do any of this stuff. Yeah, so this will be our first video, and we'll see how this goes. And
thank you for watching.
This was 1904 in progress. Make sure you subscribe so you can watch all the other videos that end up coming up, okay?
Okay.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.